Good morning, this is Bob Iacino along with Mike Arnold from Path Trading Partners. This is an AM Path Chat covering the FX markets for May 23rd. Quick announcement, there won't be a Path Chat tomorrow morning. We won't have gone anywhere. Just got some other commitments. Won't be able to put one out tomorrow morning, but the regular schedule. As long as markets are moving, we'll be putting out the ones that we usually put out that you guys have gotten used to. Some overnight news. Unfortunate terror attack in Manchester, England at an Ariana Grande concert. So far, death tolls at 22. Injured is close to 60. No real reaction from the market. We're seeing global equity markets move higher overnight. President Donald Trump continues his global tour. Again, PR side of it, looking pretty good. Signed the arms deal with Saudi Arabia. Pretty warm welcome in Israel. Moving on to Rome next. Almost finished with the tour of the Middle East. The White House also released a budget proposal, which is calling for $3.6 trillion in spending cuts over the next decade. Republicans in Congress have called it dead on arrival. One of the things I thought was interesting is talking about selling off half of the nation's strategic petroleum reserve and allowing drilling in the Alaskan National Wildlife Refuge, which is a big switch from previous administrations. The selling off of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve is something I haven't seen before, something, again, trying to raise money to make their tax plan a little bit more deficit neutral. Like I said, markets up overnight, a lot of it on some broad-based expansion in Germany, the Eurozone and Germany specifically. When you look at some of the data that came out last night, Japanese PMI reached 52, so again, in expansion. But their industrial activity index month over month was down 0.6. It was only expected to be down 0.5. German GDP year over year, 2.9. That was the expectation. So pretty good number on that. Manufacturing PMI came out higher than expected at 59.4, was expected at 58. Their composite PMI came out higher than expected, 57.3, was expected at 56.6. Eurozone composite came out slightly higher than expected, 56.8 versus an expectation of 56.7. But the manufacturing PMI came out at 57, was expected at 56.5. Business climate, IFO business climate, expectations and current assessment from Germany, all higher than expected. Current assessment, 123.2 versus 121. Expectations, 106.5 versus 105.4. And the business climate, 114.6 versus 113.1. Angela Merkel also called the euro undervalued. You can see a euro chart right there. Not much of an up move at this point, but clearly the uptrend is still intact. So today we've got U.S. manufacturing PMI coming out, services PMI and composite PMI, and new home sales in the U.S. That's about it for updating you on the day. Let me turn it over to Mike to let you know what he's seeing on the charts. Mike, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Bob. So, Euro US dollar pushed a little higher today. Now it's pulled back, sitting right now at one of our significant levels at 112.36. On a move back higher, you're going to have resistance right around this 112.63 to 68 level. If that is broken, then watch for 112.97, then 113.13. On a pullback, watch for right around this 112.20 area, and then we really don't have any key levels until 111.71 to 76. Then if that's broken, we'd be watching for about 111.53 area. Over to the pound. Pound pulled back, found some support at our rising trend line, 129.52 area. So on a move back down, that's going to be key. If that is broken, next level of support is around 129.20 to 129.11, right in this area. And then if that's broken, 128.79. On a rally back up, we're going to have resistance right around 130.17 area, followed by 130.43. And then if that's broken, we could look to push up to a key gain level at 130.67. Over to the US dollar, Japanese yen. holding in a nice little sideways pattern. Found some support right around the 37.5 GAN level, 110.89. So that's going to be, if it turns back around and goes lower, that's going to be the first level of support. Next level of support is going to come in right around 110.57, rising trend line. Then we could push down if that's broken to the defining point and a significant level at 110.24. On a move higher, next major area of resistance is right around this 111.65, followed by 111.81, followed by 111.92, and then the 112 area. Over to US dollar Swiss franc. Headed a little lower today, but off its lows, just dipped below this longer term trend line, which is not a redraw yet. So if we do head back down, we're watching for 97.01 first level, then 96.91 second level, then 96.79. And then if all that's broken, eventually we're looking to possibly trade down to the 96.40 area. On a move back up, 97.42 is going to be the first area of resistance, followed by 97.65. And then we could see a run all the way up to this trend line declining 8 and GAN level right around the 97.88 to 97.93 area. Over to the Aussie US dollar. Headed higher today. We actually closed above a trend line into a single candle clear path, which would have a first target right around the 75.28 area. So we'll be watching for it to reach up there, and then a second target right around 75.39. So that 75.28, you might have some minor resistance at 75.33, and then the 75.39 areas are the levels we'll be watching for on the upside on a pullback. 74.93 is going to be key, followed by 74.86, and then we really don't have any levels until 74.67 on a pullback. If all that's broken, you could watch for a possible kiss the trend line goodbye, rising 8 and GAN level at 74.54. Over to the US dollar Canadian dollar, which did close below this trend line into this clear path move and now has reached the full target. So I'm going to take this trend line off. We can't really draw the other one yet. On a continued down move, we're watching for 134.37 as the next key level of support. Then we'll be watching for 134.10. and then possibly down to 133.81 longer term. On a move higher, 135.08 first area, next area coming in right around the 135.25. Then if that's broken, 135.40 on the upside, which is the lowering 8, the declining 8 of the rotation zone. Over to US dollar Mexican peso. Not much movement today, still an inside day from yesterday. Headed slightly lower, finding some support at the trend line. If it does continue lower, minor support around this 1860.46 level, then we'll be looking down to get down to 1855.97, then possible support right around 1853.58. On a move back up, you'll be watching for 1871.72 area to 1872.51, which comes in at a prior breakdown zone and a declining 8 EMA. And if that's broken, 1876.98. That's all we have for you. Back to you, Bob.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next Path Chat. Cheers, everyone.